Good morning from day 64. What a cold start to the morning. It was windy all night and the wind kept me up. The wind changed directions. It was blowing into the shelter at first, towards the shelter, then away from the shelter. So I thought I was fine because at night all the wind was hitting the shelter and I was downwind of it. And then nope, it shifted directions. So chilly start, trying to be bold and start cold, but man, I almost want to put gloves on. It's that chilly. But I'm now on the other side of the mountain out of the wind, so it feels a little bit better. Goal today is to do 20 miles, 20.0 exactly. So I did an early start, got up at 5:30, and I was the first person out at 6:30. So I'm going to take it down the trail. So the carnation instant packets, you mix in with milk, but you can mix in with water. They come in chocolate and vanilla, I think maybe strawberry. I always get the chocolate, and they come in a 10-pack, which is a lot for one person. So I'm trying doubling them up and adding a little bit more coffee. I think I put 3 coffee packets this morning, so we'll see how it tastes. All right, an hour and a quarter in, 3 1/3 miles in, and yeah, the verdict on that 2 packets of carnation chocolate instant breakfast, 3 packets of Folgers Crystals instant coffee, little coffee packets. Pretty good. I think that's a pretty good ratio. I could dabble with adding 1 more coffee in there, but I do like 2 is better than 1. So yeah, so it comes in a 10-pack. So you loading up your food bag and you're like, man, I'm carrying so much food. But you can burn through it a little faster if you double up. It's funny, I was taking a little video of the trail and all the mountain laurels in bloom. Past thousands upon thousands of mountain laurel and rhododendron, and the local rhododendron here are in bloom, and the mountain laurels are also in bloom. So, hiking north with spring really is a thing. But I just passed a couple of section hikers. The 3rd one came through, so I stopped my video, but a really nice gentleman named Vintage, and got a picture with him. And but we were swapping Air Force stories. He was stationed, and the name of the island's gonna elude me. It's a weather station island out in the Aleutians, a miserable place to be stationed just because the weather's so harsh. I told him I had island time too, but mine wasn't as harsh of a location. And but no, we were just chatting for about 20 minutes. I could have chatted a whole lot longer. He was a great gentleman, supports the trail, and he's hiking southbound, and they're going to hike into trail days in Damascus. So they got a couple 100 miles actually to get there. But they're loving the section hike, and but no, it's really cool. We're saying how the people that I come across and the stories you tell really, are what helps to bond us all together in this thing along the way, So anyway, just really cool to meet somebody awesome. Just passing by Wilson Creek shelter. I was motivated yesterday, really motivated. I could have made it. It just would have got me in around like 6 or 6:30 with still daylight to spare, but yesterday's campsite was so nice, with the water was so easy to get to that I just couldn't bring myself to move on even further. I would have just traded 20-mile days. That would have made yesterday 20 miles and today 14. So, but yeah, so I'm cruising through, 6 miles in. And now we cross the Blue Ridge Parkway. I had an overlook over here I just could not resist. And before I lose this valley, look at how beautiful that is. I found a picnic table with a view. So I'm gonna take it and have lunch right now. Some people say, or at least as I understand it, the original Appalachian Trail was the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is right behind me. So some people say, hey, just road walk the Blue Ridge Parkway. You get all the views without having to look down and stumble over rocks. Tempting. Although it's actually kind of chilly today, so I was hoping that by being in the forest, these trees might actually block some of the wind. So yeah, I'm going to take my pack off, have some lunch, throw my jacket back on to stay actually a little warm, and hopefully just enjoy this beautiful view. Lunchtime, calorie up, and about halfway done, so almost 11 miles in. I think 3 Uncrustables, a Builder's Bar, and some peanut butter crackers. So, tasty lunch. That's the Peaks of Otter. No one knows why they're called the Peaks of Otter. Probably because the Cherokee called them Otari, meaning high places. So, there you go. All right, well, here we are at Mountain Cove Shelter after 20 miles. I walked in here with Pooch, and his daughter Echo was waiting here at the shelter for him. They're hiking on another few miles. They got in a little, set in a little later, so they're going a little further, but after 20 miles, I decided this place would be fine. It's empty, which is wonderful. And maybe it'll stay empty because there is no water here. I had 1.5 liters, and then Pooch gave me a 0.5 liter. So now I truly have more than enough to get me through the morning and to cook with tonight. And it's only 3.5 miles or so. I was tempted to go with them, but I was like, maybe I'll have this little place here all to myself. I didn't sleep that well last night. Maybe I'll sleep better here. So that little patch of land may not look like a lot, but I think I'm going to call this mine for the night. So I'm going to set up camp. It's a little chilly in the wind, so I'm eating right in the shelter. I'll make sure it won't make a mess and leave scraps for the mice. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and close out day 65 as I look out there and see the deer just grazing in the background. There's my tent. So day 65, a good day. 20.0 miles. It took me along the Blue Ridge Parkway, which was full of pleasant views on both sides. Saw tons of day hikers. Always good to chat with some folks. Met interesting people like Vintage, who's hiking southbound and has done a lot of the trail, and an Air Force veteran himself. And then at the end, caught up to Pooch and his daughter Echo. They're moving on another few miles, so they left me this campsite all to myself, just me and this deer. We're gonna hang out together and catch up a little bit. Temperature's dropping, so I was gonna get in my tent, but the shelter's nice and shielded from the wind right now, so it's just very tranquil as I look out in this quiet campsite, and just one deer. We'll see if he has any friends that show up too. So, but no, a good day, and tomorrow's gonna be another good one. More ascent tomorrow, but yeah, it's gonna be a good day. So, thank you so much for following along. I hope to see you in the next chapter.